Debbie, there we go, is on the other side of Canada. So I'm on the west side and she's on the east side. Whereabouts are you, Debbie, right now? Besides
Cape Breton, Nova Scotia.
Yeah, how's the weather over there?
Wasn't the greatest today. We had some snow and some freezing rain and stuff.
Oh, no, that's not great. It's
Not
sunny
great.
and balmy on this side of Canada.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's great, Debbie. It's great to reconcile and have a quick chat with you here. I know last year about this time, you and I actually, well, we celebrated some of the holidays together on your side of the world.
Yes, that's right.
Well, it's really good. So I wanted to bring you on here today. I'm super excited for everybody watching. Hi, drop your name in the scroll. If you get value from this, share this go live with your friends and family. I'm really, really excited to be able to chat with Debbie today and bring her out, showcase her. Like I say, she is on the other side of Canada, but Debbie recently has taken an advancement in her business. So congratulations, Debbie. Really great. It's awesome to see people do that. It's just so exciting. And I just wanted to ask you a few questions. Obviously, share your story. Interrupt me a couple times if you need to. What is something that you've learned over the last year or so doing this online gig?
Well, I've worked as a group. It's been an amazing trip. It's such a community-oriented business. You think you're working by yourself, but you're really not. Even though it's your business, there's so many people in the community. There's help all the time. You never feel like you're by yourself. So I really enjoyed that part of it.
Yeah, totally. I know. I love that for so many different reasons, like talking to yourself. I talked to Patricia. She's part of your team and your family, and she's in her like early 70s, and there's people that are like 18 years old. And you know, in a normal workplace, as you know, people don't get along like this, right? But on the online world, we're all a great big family.
Definitely.
What's your job currently?
I'm a treasury supervisor for a paper mill.
How long have you been doing that for?
It was 30 years in January.
30 years. Wow, that's good. That's awesome. Why did you stay in your job for so long?
Because there's not a lot of job opportunities that pay really well in this local area. So once I got it, you get into a routine and you do it over and over again, right? So that's why I stayed, and because it had benefits and it had a pension plan, and so those are a big thing around here. There's not a lot of jobs like that around here, so.
Totally. It's a security thing too, right? Like I talk to so many people, and those of you watching we're streaming live, we're recording, we're both on my page and Debbie's page. So I just wanted to say hi for everyone who's jumped on. One of the things that I've talked to a lot with people and hear even from yourself is staying in that job for that long. First of all, give yourself a pat on the back. That's awesome. But for those things, those security things like pension, like benefits, and is it scary? Is that why you stay there? Just you're scared of the unknown, or you're scared of doing something different?
Yeah, I thought about trying something new, over the years, but like I said, because of the security of that job, and my husband is self-employed, so he doesn't have all those benefits. So that's why we needed them with 2 small children, way back then. You needed that security. You needed that pension plan because you always thought that you were going to retire from that job when you started it, right? Back then. Today, that's not the case. But way back then, that's the way it was. Everybody started a job and you retired from that job. People, unfortunately, don't get to do that these days.
Yeah, no, I know. It's not unheard of. Like, I mean, I'm 37, but there's people younger than me watching this or that I deal with, and it's not unheard of for people to leave their jobs and look for something 2-3 different times in a lifetime, especially even with the cost of living going up. So since you've come in here, why did you decide to, first of all, what was your driving force for wanting to do something online, maybe out of your comfort zone like me, maybe not?
definitely out of my comfort zone. But the reason why I started looking for something was back in 2011. Um, the mill that I was working at, they went bankrupt, and my sense of security was gone, and also gone with that was about 40% of my pension. So I knew at that company you could retire at 57 with your full pension. So I was looking forward to that 57 because at that time I was 45, 46, whatever. And you look forward to that pension day. That's what you work for. And I knew that once 40% was gone, that I would not be able to retire at 57 like we had always planned. So I knew I had to come up with something else. And at that same time, our son was graduating, getting ready to go off to university, and our daughter was in grade 10. So we knew that we needed something else because of the fact that that all costs so much money. And yes, we did put money away in our ESPs for them, but that's never enough to cover what university costs today. So we knew we needed that, and we knew we'd lose our benefits if somebody didn't buy that mill. We were fortunate enough for somebody a year later to buy the mill, and I was able to get back on, got my benefits back, but unfortunately they didn't pick up the money that was gone from the pension plan. So I never did get that back. So I had to come up with another plan. So that's when I was scrolling, through Facebook, and I seen the ad of Gord, and that's when I jumped on and I knew his parents, so that kind of helped me make that decision a little bit easier for me. So it's been awesome so far. It's been great.
Yeah, totally. Like that's the thing is for yourself, knowing somebody in this helps seal the deal. Whereas
yeah, it did.
Most people don't. Like they come across it and they are like me and they're skeptical and they're wondering like, what is this? What's going on? At the end of the day, we're all the same. It just comes down to a matter of wanting to make a decision, wanting to do something different. So, no,
yes, exactly.
Really good. Where do you see yourself? Like, what is something this year, 2019 just started? What is something that you really want to do that's on that list that you're striving towards doing this year?
In the business, you mean?
In general, what is something that just stands out in your mind?
Well, in the business, I want to advance to the next step. And I would love to be able to get to a point where I could do this full time. Because right now I still work full time and I do this part time. But I would love to get to a point where I could do this full time. But what's something I want to do outside of this? My dream right now is to take my daughter to Nashville. So
that's awesome.
I'm going to try and work and save and be able to do that one. But right now she's in med school, so we have to work around her schedule.
Totally. So. No, that's awesome. Drop and scroll if you want to go to Nashville too. That'd be wicked. I know my mom wants to go, so maybe we should do a mother-daughter thing.
Yeah, we're going to do a mother-daughter thing. Not sure if it's going to be this year, hoping, but we'll see how that goes.
Put it on your goal thing. Like that's one thing that, I talk to so many people about. Even myself last night, I took a good reconciliation of my goals, where I was right now, where I want to be over the next couple years. And one piece of advice to tell people over and over again is get crystal clear on your goals, crystal clear on what's driving you each day to accomplish that, to push yourself. Because this year could disappear. Like we know, and I'm sure how fast time can just get away from you. So if you have those goals and you want to take your daughter to Nashville, do it. You want to get out of your job, absolutely do it. For those of you watching, some people have probably gotten out of their jobs by now. Some people like myself doing this full time. Some people are like Debbie transitioning out to do this full time, where she has the freedom to work wherever. But make that crystal clear, whatever it is to you. And everybody has different things. That's really why I wanted to bring you on here, is to demonstrate that, because you are a family person. You have, like I say, you've got to that next level and you're just going to keep going up, and it's super exciting. for you, and to be able to see that, but to also know what you're going to be able to do for your family in the long run.
Yeah, exactly.
It's awesome. What piece of advice would you give anyone like watching this who's, say been following yourself or me, or if you're shared this video, what advice would you give somebody who wants to do something, but they're just scared or whatever, they haven't done it yet?
I would say if they're even thinking about it, to at least try it. You don't know if you can do it until you try it. And this business is so community oriented. It's amazing. Even though, like I said, it's your business, you never feel like you're doing it by yourself. And you meet so many amazing people. Like I was telling you earlier, after we did our Zoom on Saturday, I got on another Zoom with Patty, was my very first buyer. And she's out west as well. And we chatted for an hour, and I've never met the woman, but we had such a great chat. I'm looking forward to meeting her someday, but we had a great chat. And if you're even thinking about it, try it. If it's not for you, then get out. But at least try it, and you won't know until you try it if you're going to like it or not. And I say jump on, go for it. Step out of your comfort zone.
Totally, I agree. Like, even just looking at job automation, I'm not sure if your job is at risk of that come 2030, but that is a huge thing for so many people in like the trucking industry and hospitality, like I used to be, retail, construction. Even for that, I tell people it's worth it. Even if you're not in a hurry to quit your job, even if you're not in a panic to do so, but just the fact that there is a way to do this online, so it's worth it.
Definitely, because I started in 2017, and I've been doing both of them together, right? Working full time and doing this, so you can do both. So, and it's not hard to do both. So I say go for it.
Totally. No, it's really
definitely.
When you say you haven't met Patty or you haven't met Patricia or some of the people in your team that have joined, that's one of the biggest things that I love about this business is the fact that every given day, like I've been talking to somebody today from Australia, I'm talking to a couple people in Texas, I got to call people in my own home province, yourself on the other side of Canada. Like, you talk to all these people, you have your little like this online business, your online community. And then when you meet them, like we do, we have these events all over the world, Vegas, Australia, whatever, Canada, and you meet these people. It's like you've known them for so long.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the way it is with Patty, right? Because Patty's been with me the longest. So, like you said, you know their kids by name and stuff, but you've never met them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I know, it's funny. My mom was worried at first because, like Thomas, for instance, I'm not sure if he's watching, but I'm sure he'll catch the replay later. He came up to visit me and actually stayed at my house, and he lived in Louisiana. And it was like, Louisiana is what, 30-hour drive or something from where I live. And he made the trek up to stay. And it was like, I've known him forever. I only knew him a couple of years in the online space, but I felt like I knew him forever. So I know how you feel about your people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome. Did you want to leave any last piece of advice for anyone or say anything before we end our live today?
Just like I said, if you're thinking about doing it, then try it. And you won't know until you try it. And you can do both. You can do this part-time, you can do it full-time, you can do it at your own pace. The program is step-by-step, so it's so easy to use. But people just need to step out of their comfort zone, and try it.
Totally.
Yeah. I don't think they'll be disappointed I don't think you'll be disappointed if you try it. It's an amazing community of people.
Yeah, absolutely. No, for sure. And I want to say congratulations to you. Let's crush out 2019. Let's make this killer. Let's get you closer to your dreams, whatever, like I say, if you're gradually getting yourself out of your job and you want to make that trip to Nashville, whatever happens, let's make it a reality and keep going, Debbie. I'm super proud of you.
Right, thanks, Jen. Appreciate it.
And your people love you. The people speak very highly of you. And that's the thing, is that, like she said, you know, coming into this, I had no online experience whatsoever. I talked to so many people who don't. But when they actually think about the things they want in their life, whether it's to set up their kids, or in my case, I want to set up my parents for retirement. If you want to travel, if you want to do whatever you want to do, start getting crystal clear on your vision, because that's when you start making this stuff a reality. Just super cool.
Yeah, exactly.
You manifest that stuff. So awesome, Debbie. Well, I know it's like Atlantic time over there, so it's probably right during your dinner. We'll end this live, and like I say, hit us up. If you got some value, share this, reach out to Debbie or myself, and we will get you plugged in and get you going for 2019. You're still young. Let's do it. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Jen. Bye.